Hey everyone, this is Zach again. Today I have a game review, and I actually did it as a live game commentary yesterday, and then had my screen thing messed up, and it only covered half of the board. So I'm supposing you didn't want to see half of the game, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a review of it because it was a pretty interesting game. Merry Christmas, by the way, or Happy Holidays, or whatever. So I was black and I was playing as VIP. I made a new account also called E Pluribus. Yeah, no. That is a 3Q account right now. Played about 30 games or so on it, so it's pretty solid. And I'm pretty happy with that because that's around my rank. Anyway, so I was playing the ASR League right now against Magnus83, who's a 3Q. And I'm not even sure if I'm in the ASR League anymore, but nonetheless, I played a game against him. And I was planning on doing a blitz as live game commentary because usually for VIP I just use it as a blitz account now because uh, there's not really any reason to play really play really slow on it considering it takes forever to get my rank up on it, so kind of just use it for fun. So I played Chinese. He played this opening. You guys watched my lecture, there's other ways like this, which I like as white. I've seen this a lot lately. It looks reasonable because approaching his corner, uh, you know, because he has that extension R9. Personally, I don't like this as white because let's go back to the previous example. So like this, black now has an enclosure with an extension, and the extension is at R9, which is only 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces away from his stone. When it's like this extension is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces away from his stone, meaning that there's more to develop in that area, which is always nice, especially at the beginning of the game. Making really, really solid, exact territory at the beginning of the game generally means it's close to over concentrated. This variation wasn't over concentrated, but I still don't like it because of course white still has the invasion right here later, and there's not as many points. Like this, I can still invade around this area later, but it's still going to be pretty much just as hard as if he invades at R7. And this way I'm getting more points in this area. So, of course, I'm sure this is playable. But, anyways, let's go back to the game. Oops. It's all normal. So here, there's a couple options for black. You can go here, and white can play the normal variation. He can go here if he wants. Here, white can, he has the choice of just closing up again. If he wants, he can descend. Because this is Sente still, black needs to still do something like this. But now black has more points in the corner, so some people don't like this. I think there's some other variations too, but I don't quite remember this just yet. Anyways, so the one I like to play a lot is this one. And a lot of people don't know this variation. Anyways, I'll run through it and tell you why I like it first. So this is the variation. Black can straight play here, or he can do this first. White peeps just to create stones in this area, maybe for later. There's not really much else you can do with that Aji except peep there, so might as well do it now. The reason I like this Josuke, of course, this looks very weird because white is very thick, very strong, and black doesn't look like he's having as much points as in the early variation, and he's also really close in. Now, the reason I like this is because there's this later. So when black makes this invasion, proper move for white is this move, and I'm not completely sure why. I still need to ask someone about this move. Anyways, that's proper move. Black plays here, white here, black cuts here. This is a Tesuji in this situation. Because white can't, Tesuji is like a special move, by the way, in case you didn't know. White can't cut here because black, white, black, and white is dead. So white's only option is to Atari this way. Now black can double Atari, white has to capture, and then he can breach under. If white closes, black can go ahead and do something like this. And now a lot of white's territory that he had been trying to get is starting to go away. So this is why I like this this Josuke on the left hand side, because I have this invasion later. There's also another variation where black can live by playing a move like this, and then white attaches. But it doesn't work in this case because of the K4 stone. And I'm not sure if I completely remember this variation, so maybe I'll go over it later. Anyways, so white actually has a lot of different things that he could do wrong in this case. One of them is cutting from this side, which looks pretty good because you're disconnecting the stones, you're getting the corner, and now you have that C8 stone where you can possibly attack me. But unfortunately in this case, it's not the quite right idea. By the way, when you have this shape as black, it's generally best to Nobi once more. Because, like this, black's an Atari. Like this, he's not. And Aji like this, or just simply this, possibly. Or even this is Sente. So, Nobi once more is generally a good idea when you can in a situation, like Nobiing into the second line and making it so you have like another liberty, because then you can use more of the Aji in that area. Anyways, there's a couple options for black. So after the Nobi, this becomes Sente. So this is obviously one variation black could choose. Now white has to jump out, because otherwise black goes ahead and kills these 3 stones, and now white's really in trouble. So white has to jump out. Then black gets to push from behind for a couple, which may look kind of weird because in this case, I think. Wonder if white can Hani in this case. I don't know, it might take a little bit of reading. But yeah, this is how the variation works in this case. Now, this might look not so bad for white because he has the corner and he has the bottom. But for one thing, the bottom can still be invaded. Lots of different ways to invade this. Using the Aji. And trying something to do something with it. So anyways, there's a lot of Aji and a lot of ways you can reduce this white area down here. Also, you just created, you You just got rid of the moyo you were trying to do. Everything's flat now. Everything's on the fourth line. So white can no longer build a moyo on the bottom side like he wanted to. The variation where he did the variation where he blocked from this side, the reason of it was to try to create a moyo on the bottom side. But then when you get to this variation, the bottom side has now been flattened. So white playing this way is contradictory to what he wanted to do. Or black can simply jump out. This way, white doesn't have to respond. White can go ahead and tanuki, and later black can try some stuff down here. I generally like this as black to simply jump out, because now my group's fine. If white doesn't respond later on, I can go ahead and generally white responds. Generally white goes ahead and jumps here, or double jumps or something. And then I don't have to respond though, so I still have Sente, and he's still all in the fourth line. So anyways, usually not a good idea for white to cut here. Another option is for white to do this cut. Now this really is a mistake. The reason being, similar to before, now white is all on the fourth line. He can't develop that side. It's even less solid than it was before. White can still go ahead and try to invade it. The corner is not dead like before, and now he has a weak group on the left side. So now black can go ahead and take advantage of that and flatten white, develop something in the center, and possibly attack this group on the left side later. It's important to note also at this point right here, these three black stones aren't very strong. So to go ahead and try to pincer white, most likely not a good idea, because now you're getting surrounded, and now you have two weak groups to worry about. So you need to take care of yourself before you attack your opponent. So in the game, this is actually what he played. He cut like this, I know it. And in the game, he did something actually worse than the variation I just showed. He shoulder hit. So generally, our first instinct when someone shoulder hit like this is to go ahead and push. By nobis, and then maybe a variation like this would follow. But in this case, I don't need to push. I can go ahead and cut, which is what I did. Black's only or best option is just to block. Obviously, he has to attack from this way or his stones die. Sorry. I attacked first. So reduce liberties. White Nobi to increase the Aji in that area, which I think is a pretty good move. Sente. Here this might look strange. First instinct is to not do that and go ahead and capture in a way that kind of sort of develops something else. Problem is now this becomes Sente. And I wanted that cut to be used later. And in fact I think it can be used now. This is the cut I'm talking about. And I'm pretty sure that white is dead this way. I don't see any way for white to counter this. The only way is for white to Nobi under, and this would be awful for white, because now all of his stones are getting undercut. This crew's making very few points on the second line. So I think I should have cut, but I didn't. So, oh yeah. Another thing you might be thinking of is, what if white Nobis first? Well, same deal. White still needs to retire from the side. Only problem is now he's on the second line and I'm undercutting his stones. Or actually, I would probably do this for Sente first. Yeah, most likely. If white tried something like this, go ahead and if he cuts, or actually no, that's probably not the best idea. Probably best just to go ahead and jump out. Now he has this left side to worry about. If he actually wants to save these stones, I don't know, double jump. Now he has a problem with this group. And this group, of course. So, anyways, no being there is even worse. So that shoulder hit wasn't a good idea by white. Also, he was touching my stone, my 3 stones, which made me stronger in the first place. And considering he could have strengthened himself just with one move, and he didn't need to strengthen me in the process. There's no reason to strengthen me, because now I can turn back and attack his group. And in reality, if it did go this way, I think I might have been able to attack his group like before. If I know like this, then I might actually be able to go back and pincer him. Now my group's a lot stronger than it was before. Might be able to do this, I don't know. Anyways, this looks like it would be pretty troublesome for white. Anyways, so this cut was nice. Sorry, no. Sorry. Not knowing. Bump, bump. Oops, that's not narration. And white winner approached, and I ignored, because this group on the left side, here white needs to reinforce. He needs to go ahead and jump out or something. Because if he loses that left group, or even gets it really weakened where I get points on the left side, it's going to be really, really hard for white now. Because I'm strong in the center. He has some points on the bottom, but I have the corner on the left side. I have a lot of development on the right side. So his only chance is to develop that top side and left side. If he loses the left side, then it's going to be very, I'm not sure if white could win this. So anyways, he approaches, and you don't have to respond to this. Because even if, the only way he can kill it is these moves. So I go ahead and do this. Say he double pincers. I can go ahead and close up. And he goes in here, and now my stone still isn't even dead. I can still do things like this. Still do things like this. I think this is the variation. Not quite sure. But anyways, I can live in this corner. Even with this huge enclosure. The only way to kill this stone is to play here. Now, I'm dead. But that feels a little bit over-concentrated. So, yeah, I can still live at this point. And I killed his group on the left side. So, the reason why you usually want to respond to this is because even though you can live, you still get a loss locally. White gets more than you locally. So, you generally want to respond to this. But in this case, this side was more important, so I didn't. White needs to respond. Only way white could have tried to live locally this way. But now I have that nice strong group on the left side, which I don't even need to make a base this way with. I can go ahead and take Sente, because even if he pincers me, I'm jumping straight out to my group right here, so I'll be fine. Anyways, don't think white wanted this, so he wanted to escape. It's generally a good idea. It's not usually good to be surrounded. Here, white's only option is Shinobi. Nothing else white can do. Don't think anyways. Don't think this works. Or he could do this. This works too. He could jump. But, what white did really messed him up. He haunted. You almost never want to do this when you're running away, because you never want to leave cutting points. You never want to leave weaknesses. Playing light and playing with like cutting points and weaknesses are two very different things, because that stone at E10 is very heavy because it's keeping white. It's creating so white can escape, and if white doesn't escape with that E10 stone, then his group is dead. So if I go ahead and cut it, now white's having lots of problems because now he can't escape. He said he misread, which I'm supposing because he's a 3Q and 3Qs don't usually make mistakes like this. Anyways, this was unfortunate. So white went into my corner here, which is very interesting. I'm not sure why he didn't. Double pincering seems to make sense here. Because here if he double pincers, now he's gotten to that side, and now I can't do anything really with that R9 stone. So, I'm not really sure why he didn't double pincer here. By the way, when your opponent does this, you don't have to drop down like this right away. You can go ahead and leave it this way and go ahead and play somewhere else. Or you can you can go ahead and approach it this way from both sides. So you don't have to drop down right away. You can go ahead and leave it like this. If white goes ahead and plays R16 and Q17, he has a big corner. My stones are still fine. So yeah, I don't need to drop down right away. Anyway, so I went to my corner, so now I can start building up this side. Just white in the game. This is kind of strange. White has other options. I think the best one is this move. I think. Anyways. Anyways. He connected. And I think what I did here was a mistake. I backed off. Because I don't know what I was thinking, but I was thinking if he no-bead, he could go ahead and try something with pincer. This wouldn't work, because now he's getting close into the second line. I'm still very strong. There's no reason why I have to even do anything with this. And white has Sente, sure, what's he going to do? Make a base? It's going to work very well. Attack my group. It's not working too well. So, here I should have no-bead once more, but I didn't. Probably would have went something like this. I wonder if white can double Hane. He might be able to. But, in case he can't, whatever, he can most likely double Hane. So I'll go ahead and play how you're supposed to. And I think I can double Hane also. So anyways, when something like this, then I can go ahead and back off after I, of course, no-bead once more. Good to leave these cuts open also. If you saw my using Aji lecture, you don't usually want to go ahead and cut right away, like this. Because later on, you might not want to cut from this side. You might want to cut from this side. And maybe you won't want to cut at all. Maybe you'll want to peep. So, it's a good idea to leave those cuts open if there's no immediate use for them. So he will say it's creating Aji by cutting, but in reality it's getting rid of all the Aji. Sure, you have that stone, but you might have wanted to cut it in a different way. And if I want to reinforce, now I'm just giving you Sente. Anyways, I backed off. So, and then white could have Novi'd once more. So I kind of need to respond to this. I could do something like this to try to build up his side anymore. Notice maybe this enclosure. I think it's a good idea because this move is Sente for white because he has the ladder. So I have to reinforce, and now white can try something in this area. I could try this cut, but as you can see, white can get out. And now with that F16 stone, it's going to be harder for me to try to do something with this group. So, I could always try something like this. But probably the best choice is to just try doing this. I'm pretty sure I have more liberties than him, as far as I can see. This is just sake of looking at it. Let's go ahead and see if I do. It definitely looks like it. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 1, 2, 3. I have more liberties than him. Unless I'm missing some type of variation. Looks like this is fine for me. Anyways, I was kind of worried about this. I wasn't sure if there's some type of weird variation. So I went ahead and probably passively made a base for myself, giving white some points. But considering I was already way ahead, didn't matter too much. So it's all normal. White doesn't really need to push here. He can go ahead and just straight connect or something, leaving that Aji open to peeps and stuff later, instead of just cutting, which he can try later. Anyways. Boom, he made this move, it's fine. Here, I don't want to have weaknesses, I can Novi. In this case, since I'm way ahead, this is probably the correct move because then it's leaving less Aji. White can't try something later. But this was fine too. White can't really try a cut here, because now I can go ahead and take a stone and his group's in danger. And there's nothing here. I can just do this. He can't close up or anything. I wonder if the ladder works. Ladder does work. Is there another variation? Oh, I know. White does this. White can go ahead, black can go ahead and Novi again. White takes a stone, and black can just live in the corner. Something like this. This would be fine. I still have my outside, I still have my corner. I think, yeah. Now black, I have that S8 stone, so his territory is kind of getting destroyed there. I'm still stalled. So this is fine. Maybe I can try some other stuff here too. Like if I Novi, he can't really cut. So I can take the stone. So I could probably just go ahead and Novi there. Anyways, don't think that cut works too well for him. So he went ahead and he defended. Then I defended. And here he's not alive. He needs to make this move. But, so, if I play here, now he's dead. There's no way for him to make a life. Now he plays here. I can play right here. He tries this. I can play here. If he doesn't close up, he's going to be playing Ko. So he kind of needs to close up. And it's obvious. Sorry. He doesn't have two eyes. So, if you wanted, you could try this, but now he's playing Ko. Or I could try this first for Sente, because he has to respond to this. And now he's definitely dead. So anyways, he's dead. No way to live in here, that I can see anyways. So, when you have this weakness at S5, where black can like try something like this later, which a lot of us have seen. When you're trying to live in this case, it's almost always correct. Sorry. To just connect here. Now there's no way for me to kill him. Excuse me. I play here. He could just do this. If he tries something like this to try to my eye false. Sorry, my mouse is going wacky. Alright, there we go. I could just go here. If he could just go here. Code doesn't work. He lives small, but at least he lives. So anyways, he needed to connect, and he didn't. Alright, wait, where's here we go. He made this move actually, which doesn't do anything better. He made it, oh yeah, that's what it was. He made an eye here, and in Gote, and he still wasn't alive. He needed to play here. Anyways, this doesn't work, and I'll show you why later. So here, I was debating of undercut, invading somewhere weirdly on the top, or going ahead and increasing my moyo. So when I looked at the board, invading, for one thing, I might not live. I don't really need to do that because I have a lot of points and he doesn't. So just reducing and making my own moyo bigger is probably the right idea. So white here, defend it like this, which I think is way too passive for this situation because he's not having enough points. And if he doesn't do something about that, he's going to lose. He needs to try something maybe a little bit more aggressive, like this. If that goes to me, he can go ahead and try to use this Aji. Maybe this, I don't know. Anyways, and then he can go back and defend if he wants to. Now he's gotten to my moyo a little bit. So, yeah, he played, sorry, this move. I just made this move to try to make it harder for him to try to breach through like H13 or something. Then I went ahead and my center's getting huge, so I just tried to increase that. So when you have this shape, looks awful. In reality, it's not that bad. Because if black cuts here, okay, I respond, he double Ataris, I Nobi, white needs to Nobi now, black can close up. It's fine. My moyo is still safe. He cuts from this side, I just Nobi. He still needs a Nobi again, I'm fine. So, well, what about clamp? Clamp, I just connect. He tries cutting, I go here, and I can just Nobi again. This is even a little bit better for me. So, this shape looks awful for black, but it's good for increasing a moyo. So you don't really need to connect it or anything. Go ahead and take Sente and play somewhere else. That's what I did. I undercut him. He made a nice move here. Um, but he can... Actually, no, I don't think it's that nice. He can play here. This way, I'm not as solid, and his territory is just still as solid as before, because I can't play it. Excuse me. If I really want to do something, I can... Well, actually, here, I think this works. I'm not sure. Can white disconnect it? Probably. Maybe N1 is better in this situation. But, white can still do this. Anyways, white playing this move just solidified me. So I got this. I made this. I think I should have done this. If he actually connects, I don't need to respond, because there's bigger moves on the board. Or here, I could probably just take Sente and play somewhere else. But I did this. He fixed that cut and tried to create some Aji, I guess. Then here, I guess he tried to create some more Aji. That Nobi might have been slow, I don't know. Here he made this move, very strange. I think, sorry, my computer's acting up. I think he could have tried this. I don't see any way for me to try to cut this off. I'm trying to Nobi out. Or cost me, sorry. You can just cost me in. So, that stone at age 15 isn't very strong at all. So, he can go ahead and kind of disregard it for the most part. Clamping is a little bit safer. This is very strange, though. This just attaches to my stone and makes it stronger. I played lightly with it because I didn't really care about it. He's just trying something in here. Here, I almost lost the game. Oh, actually, I'm not sure if I lost it. But it was pretty bad. Here, I should have made this move. Because if he tries to cut me... Now, he has a shortage of liberties. It's 1, 2, 3 against... Wait, does he? Yeah, he does, because I have this forcing move. Well, he has one more liberty than me right here, but I have the forcing move, so... In fact, it's not. Anyways, I can go ahead and play this way. Unless there's some type of variation I'm missing. Pretty sure I can. I played this way. Really wasn't a good idea. So we went ahead and played this way. And this worked for me because I had a liberty more than him. But, he might have been able to do something in here. I don't know. Anyways, I was risking a little bit more than I needed to. There's a lot more variations that could have happened here. And the other variation I showed, like, really the only way was the way I showed. So anyways, he just tries some stuff in here. And then here he has to resign because now his group's dead. Obviously the only thing he can try to do this is either counter by descending or playing here. Well, now I play here. Or I'm sorry. Not that. I play here. He has to spawn. Now I connect. And now that group's dead. If he is playing descends, I kill this group. So, blocking obviously doesn't work because now I'm connected. So, at this point, white has to resign. And I could have played this at any moment to kill this group. I just didn't read it out. And actually, when I made this move, I didn't really read it out. I was like, oh, okay, this looks nice. When you do a lot of life and death, you kind of get like a feel just like for what looks good for killing a group. And I had done so much reading on the left side, I was kind of didn't want to do anymore, and I just kind of played on reaction. Not usually a good idea, but worked for me in this case. Anyways, that's the game. I thought it was pretty interesting, mostly because of the mistakes on the left side and stuff. Anyways, if you enjoyed it, please subscribe. If you have any questions, just leave a comment or message me or something. Should be coming with a video with my Pluribus account, so I haven't showed that to you guys yet. Anyways, in the meantime, I have a problem for you that most likely I really doubt you'll be able to solve. Sorry. Because it's quite difficult. I probably wouldn't be able to solve it. So this is Invasion. I'm not even sure if all of you know. So here black should play here. But if he descends, white okamas, white has stone around this area. Now he has this Tessigi. So as black, how do you respond? Do you play here? Play here? Try Nobi. Sorry, computer's running slow. So anyways, I'll give you some choices. A, B, C, D. Of course, if you want to try these, I guess you can. Anyways, go ahead and try A and B out primarily, and see how this turns out for you. I'll give you a hint. White has some Tessigis in this area. So when black A's, try to think of other moves besides just playing P18 as white. So anyways, this is my problem. I'll answer it in my next video, and I'll see you guys later.